And here it is, ding dong. Here it is, ding dong. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Yes, we're doing it again. Here it is, ding dong. So the session has commenced and your company is required. That thing that happens twice a day, first installation of the day. It will never stop. I am here. Are you here with me? One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 holy. Another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwanam no wow. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 holy. Is another Savior.
Another Savior,
holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 holy. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwanam no wow. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo.
And there it is right there. Holy, 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 holy. Nnamdi Kanu, their other savior, the farmyard quartet from the eastern part of Nigeria. the farmyard quartet from the eastern part of Nigeria. Holy, holy, as guys, I bring you this. How Governor Fayemi asked me to commit electoral fraud as ruling APC national chairman. Adams Oshiomole making this headline. So, of course, now they're starting to open up. The wind has blown, and we have seen the behind of the wind is starting to blow, I should say, and we are starting to see the behind of the chicken, afefetife, and all of that. So now they are out now in public, fighting each other and exposing what goes on in the dark corridors. How Governor Fayemi asked me to commit electoral fraud as ruling APC national chairman, headline attributed to Adams Oshiomole. So this is serve and volley. This particular contretemps is serve and volley, because very quickly Fayemi retorts, and Fayemi retorts first. Ex-APC chairman Oshiomole suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Governor Fayemi reacts to rigging allegation. So, of course, very quickly he would deny that, because especially now that he's in the throes of seeking the APC presidential ticket. So anything that tarnishes his name is not something you would expect to you expect him to let slide. So he comes out fighting. Ex-APC chairman Oshiomole suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Governor Fayemi reacts to rigging allegation. So we go through that and then try and unpick where the truth lays or lies in that particular serve and volley. So from that serve and volley to this now ludicrousness, and that seems to be a word that is on my tongue in recent times. 2023, why presidency should return to northern Nigeria? Now you get £10 for guessing who's saying this. In fact, you won't get any money because it's pretty obvious. Femi Kayode, of course, who else bought, but this is the thing now. He was telling us that it's a quarter Fulani just a few months ago. So maybe he wants to be president, I don't know. But then, of course, Bana talking, 2023, why presidency should return to northern Nigeria, a headline attributed to Femi Kayode. So you talk about a Rumala, and that is it right there. They are fungus in our midst. They are plentiful and potent. From that to this, Nigeria's anti-graft agency, EFCC, arrests at Accountant General Idris over 80 billion naira fraud. So not only are the entirety of the appointees of Buhari not fit for purpose, he just appoints all these Fulanis, essentially asking them to go and steal as much as they can, because they're trying to build a war chest to have the money base to continue to intimidate the Nigerian space. I cannot think of any other thing, because we see just how Abubakar Malami is looking hand over fist. Nothing stops him, not even a question asked. We see how the accountant general, Abubakar Malami being a Fulani man, we see how the accountant general is looting hand over fist. Nothing stops him, no questions asked. Although the EFCC now somewhat, it may have fallen foul of his Fulani clansmen. Hamid Hamid, the customs guy, hundreds of billions of dollars, the naira rather, the allegations, not a question asked. So this comes as no surprise. Nigeria's anti-graft agency, EFCC, arrest Accountant General Idris over 80 billion naira fraud. So that is just, we read this just really to document it, because we know that there will be no consequence to it. They will release him within the next, not within hours rather than days, and that is the end of that. Maybe he's falling foul of somebody who he didn't give their share. He will give them their share, and life carries on. So we go to this last story now just to document it, because it's somewhat convoluted and muddied this space now, the APC presidential ticket. So we won't know anything until we actually know something categorically. So we see a lot of these headlines, so we bring it again just to document it or to see if it adds anything new to the existing subsisting narrative. Trouble for Tinubu Amechi orders as top APC chieftains push for northern presidency. So what is it? Are they bringing in Goodluck Jonathan to use him for their 4-year term and then seize power back from him? Are they looking to retain power within their zone and foist another Fulani man on top of us? Are they using Yemi Osinbajo as a strategy to destroy Tinubu's potency within the party? Do they want to give the presidency to Rotimi Amechi, thus by proxy still retaining power? So it's convoluted and confused, but we'll try to decipher and unpick as much as we can. So that is the menu. Lean back, kick back, take it easy, relax into it. The usual protocols are click on the like button, please, and then click on the subscribe button, please. Once you've done all the clickings, then the like button and the subscribe button are mandatory buttons that you must click on. So it is optional, though, if you want to click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard. So I've just posted the hyperlink in the comment section that says StreamYard. If you want to come and join me on the screens to discuss any of these talking points that I've just raised, click on that hyperlink, then you'll be held in a studio space. And then as soon as I've finished reading out the talking points, I'll let you onto the screen, and then I'll just have a conversation with you around the talking points. So that is how it works, an open microphone session, the open microphone being the hyperlink that says StreamYard. So all of that, we come in via the East and via a Python dance.
Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi go only do I walk. O Mary Wonenizu Giroya Abakare. Mamanda Ora, Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi.
And there it is right there. Python dance, the Python dance is free. So the Python dance is free. As guys, I bring you this. How Governor Fayemi asked me to commit electoral fraud as ruling APC national chairman Adams Oshiomole speaks to the space. A former national chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC, Adams Oshiomole, has disclosed that Governor of Ekiti State and APC presidential aspirant Kayode Fayemi once asked him to commit electoral fraud in the APC, which he, Oshiomole, declined. The former Edo State governor stated this in an interview on Channels Television, adding that Governor Fayemi made the request when he, Oshiomole, served as the sitting chairman of the ruling party. He said, I said it in one of the meetings I had with Governor Kayode Fayemi, who told me bluntly to my face that, Chairman, what we are saying is you can go and conduct elections to fulfill all righteousness. But when we say this is the person that should emerge, just make sure that that person emerges. And I told Governor Fayemi that would be your own portion, not me. I cannot be used as an instrument of fraud to invite people to buy forms when I already have decided, regardless of how people will vote, this is the man that will prevail. You want to use me for such a purpose? I said no. I said at worst, if you find the numbers to get rid of me, I would rather leave the job with my honor than sacrifice my honor to keep the job, Oshiomole said. In November 2019, Oshiomole was suspended from the APC after a thin local government chairman of the party in his native state of Edo passed a vote of no confidence on him. He was accused of trying to disintegrate the party in Edo State, but a faction of the party loyal to Oshiomole declared his suspension null and void, and then suspended Governor Godwin Obaseki of the state, whom they said orchestrated Oshiomole's suspension. On March the 4th, 2020, the High Court sitting in Abuja ordered the suspension of Oshiomole from office of the national chairman of APC, stating that having been suspended from the party, Oshiomole was no longer a member of the party and could not possibly continue to discharge his official responsibilities as national chairman. So that latter half is just giving you backdrop. But the real bombshell, of course, is Kayode Fayemi's invitation to Oshiomole to bluntly rig elections. So this is the thing, and this, of course, quite believable because this is what we've always suspected goes on. So let me give you that again. He said, I said it in one of the meetings I had with Governor Kayode Fayemi, who told me bluntly to my face that, Chairman, what we are saying is you can go and conduct election to fulfill all righteousness, but when we say this is the person that should emerge, just make sure he is the person that emerges. So that is it. That's politics Nigeria right there. So the voters don't count, the candidates don't count, the cabal and the echelons, they just make decisions. So quite a controversial and a bombshell allegation. Very quickly, Kayode Fayemi replies, ex-APC chairman Oshiomole suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Kayode Fayemi reacts to rigging allegation. Governor Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State, who is a presidential aspirant on the platform of the All Progressive Congress APC, has described an allegation by a former national chairman of the party, Adams Oshiomole, that he once asked him to rig an election as false. Fayemi said this whilst reacting to the viral allegation, noting that it was a joke and Nigerians should disregard it. The allegation, which was made on national television, is not only false. The allegation, which was made on national television, is not only false, puerile, and laughable. It is a figment of the imagination of the former APC chairman, as Governor Fayemi has never asked Oshiomole to rig any election for him or any other person, and never had any reason to ask for such. A statement by Fayemi's spokesman, Mr. Yinka Oyebode, said, members of the public are therefore urged to disregard the allegations by Comrade Oshiomole, who apparently is still experiencing a post-traumatic stress disorder on account of his removal as chairman of APC. It is on record that Dr. Fayemi was not responsible for Oshiomole's removal as chairman of the APC. He has his ward executives and the court to blame for that. The Ekiti State governor has always considered Oshiomole a friend and political associate, even if they had fundamental differences over his kangaroo approach of disqualifying Governor Obaseki of Edo State from the APC primaries and his unconscionable autocratic management of the party affairs whilst he was chairman of the party. For the avoidance of doubt, Governor Fayemi has no reason to approach Oshiomole for favors for any election. Governor Fayemi has a stellar track record of being a consummate Democrat, even in difficult times. Many Nigerians can easily recall his historic concession speech in 2014 in an election that was clearly lost to electoral sleight of hand at the behest of the then People's Democratic Party-led federal government. Fayemi explained. Correspondents had earlier reported that Oshiomole disclosed that Fayemi once wanted him to commit electoral fraud in the APC, which Oshiomole declined. The former Edo State governor has stated this in an interview on Channels Television, adding that Governor Fayemi made the request when he, Oshiomole, served as the sitting chairman of the ruling party. So that's the salve and volley, but who do you believe? Now, from that to this, 2023, why presidency should return to northern Nigeria? Kayode Fayemi, Kayode rather speaking. Pardon me, let me just have a gulp of water. Okay, so 2023, why presidency should return to northern Nigeria? Fani Kayode speaking. So even that headline, you want to question the grammatical what's it? Because the power is already with the northern Nigerians. Is already in northern Nigeria. So what do you mean return? Maybe that should be retained. So why presidency should return, but that should be retained to northern Nigeria? Fani Kayode speaking. So, you know, I can be pedantic about that sometimes, but, you know, it's just poor grammar. A former aviation minister, Femi Fani Kayode, has disclosed why the presidency should return to the northern part of Nigeria. Fani Kayode explained that Igbos should be given the first right of refusal regarding producing Nigeria's next president. He noted that any discussion of a southern presidency that does not give the Igbos the first right of refusal is deceitful. In a series of tweets, Fani Kayode said the North Central and Northeast have never produced a Nigerian president. Fani Kayode wrote, any talk of a southern presidency that does not offer the Igbo right of first refusal for the position is deceitful. And if you say no to the Igbos, which clearly both parties have done, even if they don't say it publicly, then I say let the presidency go back to the North. That is why I am supporting a northern aspirant. Southerners must learn to be fair to one another before they can expect to be treated fairly by others. There are two zones in the North that have not produced a democratically elected president. The North Central has never done so, and the Northeast produced a prime minister 62 years ago who was unable to finish his tenure because he was killed. Is it fair to deny them and the Igbos, who have never produced a democratically elected president either, the right to produce the next president? So is it fair to deny them and the Igbos, who have never produced a democratically elected president either, the right to produce the next president? So somewhat of a convoluted and a sleight of hand sort of argument being presented by Fani Kayode. So he's telling us that the Northwest and the North Central, so the North Central and the Northeast rather have never produced presidents. So are we now dissecting to Idiles, to homesteads? So if we're saying we are dissecting to minutiae, then I want to say that my own community, you know, Yoalafi has not produced the presidency too. So we're somewhat marginalized. And I don't also see this narrative of fairness and equity then foisting an Igbo president on us. There is nothing that suggests that an Igbo is entitled to the presidency over and above anybody else. The politics will dictate it, and how they play their politics will bring them what that brings them. So we must abandon this because that idea suddenly gained currency, and it befuddles somewhat. Go back just 12 months ago, and the subsisting narrative in the East was secession. And fast forward 12 months later, the subsisting narrative now is they want to be president. How can you marry? How can the two narratives, how can the two standpoints coexist? You know, how can they coexist? Cascade all the way back, the subsisting narrative was a shunning of the Nigerian state and an agitation for a breakaway. So how can that be your standard stand, your last stand, where you vest all your energy, and then suddenly in election time, you come with this entitlement narrative? And some people have been seduced by that. Not me. I'm not seduced by that. You know, you play the politics, and if the politics brings you the presidency, then all fair and square. But please abandon this entitlement narrative. From that to this, Nigeria's anti-graft agency EFCC arrests Accountant General Idris over 80 billion naira fraud. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has arrested. Let's try that again. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has arrested the Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, over 80 billion naira fraud. The EFCC spokesman Wilson Uwojere confirmed his arrest in a statement issued on Monday evening. He said Idris was arrested after failing to honor the Commission's invitations to respond to issues connected to the fraudulent act. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC on Monday, May the 16th, 2022, arrested serving Accountant General of the Federation, Mr. Ahmed Idris, in connection with diversion of funds and money laundering activities to the tune of 80 billion naira, Uwojere's statement read. The Commission's verified intelligence showed that the Accountant General raked off the funds through bogus consultancies and other illegal activities using proxies, family members, and close associates. According to the EFCC, the funds were laundered via real estate investment in Kano and Kaduna. So there it is right there. That's just a recurring decimal. But really, what if you start to add together all of this sums? So this is his 80 billion that we're talking about, naira. And then Abubakar Malami, there's about $2-3 billion there. Ahmed Hamid, the customs guy, there's about 100 and something billion naira there. The lady at the Nigerian Ports Authority, that's hundreds of billions of naira there. And all the way through, if you look at the totality of all of these isolated 80 billion, 100 billion, 300 billion naira, we're talking about about $10-15 billion that these people have just looted in the space of in fact, a lot more than that, really. And then we go to China to go and borrow $500 million naira. When Abubakar, $500 million, when Abubakar Malami is trying to scam the nation of that same amount via the Paris deal. So they borrowed the money to gift it to Abubakar Malami and what is his name? Neduoko, Regina Daniel's husband. So what's going on? It's a farce. The accountant, 80 billion, by the way, that's just what is told on Tuesday. Because if you go really look at the history of, if you dig through the books, then your eyes will bulge. So, but there it is right there, feeble attempts at fighting corruption. So we land now on this final story, and then we'll see if there's anybody there to take it on. 2023, trouble for Tinubu, Amechi, others, as top APC chieftains push for northern presidency. Some top chieftains of the All Progressive Congress APC have started pushing for the party's presidential ticket to be zoned to the north. Correspondents learned that the plan to choose the party flag bearer from the north has gone far after a series of meetings by promoters of northern candidacy. It was gathered that the move for a northern candidacy has created apprehension in the camps of major southern presidential aspirants. Some of the southern hopefuls are the APC National Chairman Bola Tinubu Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, Governor Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State, Senator Rocha Sokorocha, and former Minister of Transportation, so it's now former now, and former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi. According to correspondents, the agenda is being promoted by some northern elders, governors, members of the National Working Committee of the party, and lawmakers. The correspondent said the push for a northern presidency made Senate President Ahmed Lawan, Governor of Kogi State Yahaya Bello, Jigawa State Governor Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, and a former Zamfara State Governor, Senator Ahmed Jerima, joined the presidential race. An APC chieftain who does not want to be named and one of the promoters of the northern candidacy told correspondents that parties an APC chieftain who does not want to be named and one of the promoters of the northern candidacy Okay, let's try that one more time. An APC chieftain who does not want to be named and one of the promoters of the northern candidacy told correspondents that parties exist to win elections and not to massage the egos of anybody. He said that the feelers in the PDP that a strong contender from the north is likely to pick the party's presidential ticket. The only option for the APC is to pick a northerner. He, however, said they would mount pressure on Badaru and Jerima to pull out of the race. Another source said the promoters were behind the cause for the selection of the party candidate through consensus. He said they would involve the president to prevail on all other aspirants to key into the arrangement in the interest of the party. We cannot go to direct primaries because of the number of aspirants. Our best bet is consensus. So there it is right there. So how does that then permutate? That is the question. So Thomas, I see you. Ajan Lekoko, I see you. What are you eating some ijekuje there? Is it rice and dundu? Look at this guy. What are you eating, Thomas? You may want to unmute yourself, Thomas.
I just came back for work, eating.
All right, good. Okay, should I let you finish your meal then? And
no, I just finished.
Oh, all right. Okay, so let me come to you then. So this idea then of the North wanting to push a northern candidate on for APC via the consensus route. What are you making of it? Because they are saying there's a good chance that the PDP would bring a northern candidate, and they said they have to counterweight that in order not to lose the election. So this is an argument that has been presented severally, but is it one that you buy into?
No, one man, I don't buy it. I return it. I don't buy it at all. No. Why? I don't know. Why would they be talking about northerner president again? Who are the people from turning? Who are these people, one man? Who are these people? So another northerner will not rule for another 8 years. So what the Sadhana will be doing? We'll be parking sand in the road. Nah. But I don't know. Because it's very frustrating. And you rightly said, if PDP push up for a northerner candidate, maybe they thought maybe the Sultana will not beat or win an election for them. But why not? Goodluck Jonathan and Atiku, they are in the ballot. Goodluck won. And Goodluck is from the south.
Goodluck also defeated Buhari himself, by the way, in 2011.
Yes. He defeated Buhari. So I don't know this. I don't know what this ABC is scaring of, that they don't want to put a Southerner candidate. They should. They have the chance of winning. Why not?
Abiola defeated Tofa, as people reminded us
Yes.
yesterday.
Bashiru Tofa. He defeated Bashiru Tofa. So I don't know what they are scared of. They shouldn't scared of anyone. Fine, the last election, it was northern and northerner. Fine. It just came like that. But this one now, this is southerner. Even PDP, I don't know why PDP can't put up a southerner. It should be southerner and southerner on the ticket. I don't know, because I don't even want Atiku on that ticket for PDP. It should be southerner and southerner, and let's weigh it. Let's the northerner decide, the east decide. Everybody should weigh. But if the PDP is putting another northerner, maybe APC is thinking it will be a southerner candidate will be a disadvantage, and I don't think so. So it's not going to fly, one man. If they try to put a northerner in APC, the party will not hold anymore. That is my opinion. What are they trying to do? Another northerner? Buhari has gone out for 8 years. So what are the southerners going to do? We'll just be looking. We will be onlooking. We'll be spectator. No, one man, never. It will not happen. And you rightly said it's just 4 people from the north that has that bought the ticket. So I don't think even these 4 people are viable enough even to win the primary.
I'm not sure we can say that, because if you look at Yar'Adua, Umar Yar'Adua, nobody knew him in Nigeria. When Obasanjo promoted him, and he won an election, so
you are right, one man. You are right. Even Oshibajo, all these people, I don't even know them until Oshibajo became the vice president. If they could have pushed Oshibajo come that time as well as a president, maybe we could have voted for him as we vote for Buhari. So you are right in another angle, but no, one man, it's not going to fly. Nah. Can you accept that? Nah. I will not accept it.
It's not a matter of accepting or not accepting. But what can you do? It's not, what can you do?
And what are the Sadhana in the party? What are they going to be doing? Of Tinubu, Oshibajo, Okorocha, all those strong party there. What are they going to be doing? It will not fly, one man. That is just my opinion. It will not fly, and it will implode APC. It will implode APC. They will just dabaru everything.
Because maybe some of them what they are saying, what the article was saying, is that Buhari will weigh upon those people you mentioned to accept it.
Yes.
No,
it's not going to happen. The party will implode. One man, if you are talking of justice and equity and gentleman agreement, it should be going to Tinubu. It should be consensus in Tinubu. I'm not campaigning for Tinubu, but what we heard, that is Tinubu told Buhari, you go first, then I will come after you. It should be consensus about Tinubu. I'm not campaigning for him. It's not my plan. It's not my candidate. But if you want to, in a sense, it should be consensus for Tinubu straight, because he has given Baba Bubu. He has given me his own chance. He should come to the south in any way. That is my opinion, woman. Not other candidates.
If they pick a southern candidate in the APC and the PDP picks a northern candidate, is the APC not risking the possibility of losing that election? Because we know that the north, they somewhat vote homogeneously and tribally.
But one man, not only Northerner cannot produce a president, isn't it? If only Northerner can produce a president, Buhari will not run for 3 times and he lost. So they still need the Southerner. We need each other. Buhari needs the Southerner need us, and we need the Northerner. They need us vice versa. So it's not going to fly, one man. We write this at least besides an example of a Southerner that beat a Northerner on a presidential poll. So I don't know what APC is scared of. I don't think it's about they want to retain power. Maybe they are scared of Atiku. that the article will defeat their Sadhana candidate. And I don't think so. Tinubu is strong. Kayode is strong there, campaigning for Tinubu. Many people campaigning for Tinubu. Ahmed Lawan campaigning for Amechi. So even the Northerner are campaigning for the Southerner.
No, Ahmed Lawan is on the is also contesting.
Ali Ndume rather. Ali Ndume is campaigning for Amechi. I listen to him in channels. So even the Northerner are campaigning for we Southerner. So what are they scared of? They should just put a Southerner candidate. Anyone that's win the election in the premise should flag the Ajale Koko. I don't know, maybe.
All right. Let me take you to another talking point. Femi Fani-Kayode, he also insisting that power should be retained in the north. He's saying that the east, the southeast, the Igbos, they should be given the right of first refusal. But then, because it's patent obvious that neither of the two big parties are looking to gift their tickets to the southeast. He's then saying then that the power should be retained in the north as some sort of punitive thing against the south. So does this hang together as a narrative? What Femi Fani-Kayode is positing?
To be candid, one man is southeast should be the one people pushing forward to be the president. But he rightly said on what you read now that it's the Northerner, the PDP and APC with their body language, they don't want to bring any southeast. But that doesn't mean the power should retain in the north. If they are not giving it to southeast, southwest is there. We can because of that jettison everything and give it back to the north because they don't want to give it to the southeast. And why are they not that? Why don't they want to give it to the southeast? Why? If the southeast they pay the politics, they give it to them. But in the both parties, I'm not saying the southeast.
Why do you think they don't want to give it to the southeast?
One man, people like to hide under one finger. One man, this succession of a team is weighing on the southeast. It's weighing on them. They don't know.
That weighs on them, but do you not also think that the southeast, they came a bit too late into the politics? Because this politics that we're playing now is not just in this moment, it's a politics that we've been playing for the last 4 or 5 years. But they were, like you said, busy with the secessionist narrative, but they came laterly to this politics when alliances had been formed, agreements made, you know. So because this now is our turn, it should have been something they have been saying since 2018, even 2014, pushing Buhari hard that it's not your turn, so that they would have sensitized. Are they coming into it a bit too late? Would you say?
It's too late. Woman, can you mention any southeasterner in APC? Just one that is strong.
There are plenty. What about Rochas and Co?
I'm talking about southeast that is strong, that can win election. You can't be pushing for secession. Then when it is 99.9 hours to an election, you want the president. If you lose the president, you can't get it, then you go back to session. You have to stay. You said so earlier when you are reading it. Somebody is telling you in the comment section, shut up. People don't like truth. This is the truth. This secession of 18 woman is way more. You remember, even when the Yoruba nation started, people say, Tinubu is not shouting for Yoruba nation. Why will Tinubu shout for Yoruba nation? Anytime Tinubu shout for Yoruba nation today, he has jettisoned his presidency. Outrightly, even this Yoruba nation is weighing on Yoruba now. The Hausas, the Kabas, they are thinking of not giving it to even to Yoruba man. Because they know if Yoruba become a president now, maybe the secession will come, the Yoruba nation will spiral. So they have to weigh it on both sides. Fani Kayode, what he's saying, it makes sense a little bit, and it doesn't make sense another side. If they're not giving it to the southeast, the southwest is there, and that doesn't mean they should take it back to the north. Who will take that? Who does that? It's not going to happen, one man.
You have to add the proviso that Fani Kayode is one of the campaign teams for Yahaya Bello. So obviously he's working for his money somewhat.
Yes, he maybe he's working for it, but can we? Yahaya Bello is not, isn't it? Oh, that is it. So maybe he's campaigning for, but I don't see Yahaya Bello at all on that ticket. One man, now, the 4 people that can mention Tinubu, Oshibajo, Fayemi, and Rotimi Amechi. That is the 4 person from the south. Yes, continue.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to say, I wanted to say that Fani Kayode's argument is that the presidency should go to areas that has not produced the president, especially under a democratic dispensation. And he's saying that the first refusal should go to the southeast, but he's also identified the north central and the northeast as regions that have never produced a Nigerian president. And just fortuitously, he's a candidate from North Central, Yahaya Bello. So almost, singing for his supper.
Yes, yeah, you know that man now. Now money. He's a prostitute politician, one man. So, but what he said, it makes sense a little bit to suit the southeast, but in another way, nah. So they can't give it to the southeast. What of southwest? Southwest is ready. Southwest, many candidates are there in the southwest vying for the office. If they can't give it to the southeast, why can't they give it to the southwest? I don't know, even this southeast of something. It's just something I don't.
Good morning, please. Can I interject, please? Good morning.
Yeah, come in, Brown.
Yeah, good morning. You can interject, my brother.
You know what they are saying in the north is what Fani Kayode just said. That someone told me that's what they are saying in the north, that they are just saying bringing it to the south, bring it to the south, bring it to the south. Where exactly in the south are they taking it to? That's what they are saying in the north. They are saying that the southerners will make it clear. Yeah, and don't tell us when you bring it first, will not come together. They will not say it where it will go. Because the northerners already know that they don't want to give it to even the southerners, the southwest and the south will want to fight for it. They wouldn't want to be fair. That's where we are right now, and that's what we are talking about here. Okay, why? Okay, if your region, we have 3 major tribes in Nigeria. Let's be fair, okay? If your region has had a fair share, why can't you be fair? And in this situation, will say, "Oh, who do we have there? Oh, Russia it does not have power." Who had power? Who was Umaru Yar'Adua when he became president? Who was OBJ was in prison? They brought him out.
Who was Shehu Shagari even? Nobody knew him.
Who was Jonathan? Nobody knew them. Who is our vice president? Nobody knew him. So all this, we should be, my people, let's be fair, okay? Because I'm telling you now that the Northerners, even Atiku knows that if today they say let it go to the north, let it go to the south, where would they want it to go? When it comes to the south, when it comes to the round table. So
I'm not sure the North should be saying that, because they can see the field, so they know what the options are. So they know the Southerners in place. So how is that?
That is why the Southeast, the way it's looking now, the Southeast, they would rather support a Northerner, because they already knew that if we are all clamoring, if all the politicians in the Southwest and in the South side are clamoring, let it go to the let it go to the Southeast. You think they will have any choice? You think the Northerners will have any choice? They will not have any choice. I'm telling you.
Do you think the country? By the country, I'm talking about the political class. Do you think so? I'm not talking about the mass, but I'm talking about the political class. Do you think there's an appetite for a southeastern presidency amongst the political class?
Look, yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I don't think they have any issue with having a southeasterner as president. They don't have any issue. You know, I'm just telling you right now. I'm just, you know, like even right here, you know, day for yesterday, I hear you, a rational mind, and one of that president was Thomas talking about, is the son of Southwest. No, we have to be fair. We are here. We have to say the truth. We have to, because people are listening to us. I mean, Jonathan was the president. What did being president do to the South?
Describe that.
The president.
All right, Brownberry, describe that fairness, but also distinguish it from deserving. So distinguish it from deserving, but describe fairness and distinguish it from deserving.
Fairness means that is a turn of the Southeast. Okay, when you guys say you desire is our time, we work for it. I don't know what you mean that you work for it. Everybody work for it. People from the Southwest, they work for it. For Buhari to be there. I can name names. You guys say, where were they 5 years ago? Okrosha was there. Ken Nnamani was there. Ngige was there. A lot of them, you know, maybe I can't remember their name, but a lot of them pulled out from PDP as well, you know, and joined APC. So is South. People like Oshiomole, people like Rotimi Amechi, you know, those were the major players. But and in the side of the Southwest, Bola Tinubu was there. Fayemi, I mean, all those people were already there in that camp, you know. But people that pulled out from the major party and come to them, those are people you can always say, oh, these people even risk. They took more risk than people that was already. What if those people didn't come? Rochas didn't come, Amechi didn't come, Ken Nnamani didn't come. I mean, a lot of them in that area as well. You think
how much of an impediment? How much of an impediment do you think the Biafran narrative is to the Igbo presidency? How much of an impediment would you say that is?
People that have issue with that, I don't really think that. I mean, maybe they follow. I mean, if you want to say that, we also have Buhari. I mean, was Buhari not once said Boko Haram didn't tell Buhari one time, didn't tell Nigeria government one time that Buhari should be their spokesperson? You understand? But Buhari still became our president. Didn't Buhari say that the fight against Boko Haram is a fight against the North? Didn't Buhari become president? Let's just say it the way it is. And who still brought Buhari? The people of the South still brought Buhari, even though we knew.
What do you think is holding the Igbo presidency back? What do you think is holding it? Because would you consider do you think it's being held back and
by the Southerners? By the Southerners,
right?
Yeah, by the Southerners, not by the North.
You can narrow it down.
Mostly by the Southwest.
Yeah, so you can say that.
Because right now, I'll put some South into it because I don't know why some of the South, mostly Rivers State governor, parading himself wants to be president, and your neighbor in Bayelsa was just president 7 years ago. It's not fair. I'm not from any of this place, but at the end of the day, let's be fair.
Can you see why the Southwest are? Can you see why the Southwest are pushing outside of ethnicity? Can you see why the Southwest are pushing for the presidency to come to their region? Can you see why?
I can say in APC, but that does not mean that we don't have people in APC that are from the Southeast. It doesn't mean we don't have. We are not talking about Okorosha, but we have other brilliant guys there. We have other brilliant guys there that are in APC from the Southwest, from the Southeast as well. The fact that you come together, the major part of APC is from the Southwest does not mean that you have to become the president. I mean,
but Banbury, do you know this? Nigeria doesn't forget Biafran War.
And so what?
Is still way on the Southeast to become the president of Nigeria. If you can disagree with me, that section, I'm still saying it, that we want to break, we want to go, it's still way, very way, is a big load. Take it or leave it.
All right. Also, Brownberry, there is nothing that is legally preventing the Southeast to vie for the presidency and win tickets and then go on to win elections.
That's what
So
they're doing right now.
all of the opportunities that is open to every other region is open to them. So it's now down to how they play their politics. So the Southwest, for instance, because I think you are counterweighting it against the Southwest that they are not showing support. But the Southwest is not necessarily seeking support from the Southeast. They are sweeping through the entirety of the country to see how much they can get, and hopefully the Southeast joins them too. So they are not saying that the Southeast should concede to them and let them have the space. So why is the Southeast not playing the politics also, rather than why are they not playing politics? Right? Why are they playing entitlement ahead of politics? Is the question. Why are they playing entitlement ahead of politics?
Just to be honest with you, that is for APC. That's APC's issue. Because all the candidates from the Southeast that are in PDP, they are all out there campaigning. Okay. But the Southeast APC, I don't know any those days. I have not seen them moving from one state to the other campaigning. You understand? So that is why I think that's why the Southwesterners have just take to themselves. You know what? We don't think these people are serious. Let it just be us only, because the Southeasterners APC candidate they've not taken it serious like the Southwest.
So what are you asking for then? If you are saying the Southeast is not in play in the APC, and the power is being pushed to come to the South, then surely the Southwest should take that spot. And yes, the Southwest is not in play in PDP, and the Southeast should take that spot.
Yes, because you know why? Since nobody is showing any effort from the Southeast when it comes to the APC, I guess that's why. For me, I'm not saying that, but as a human being that has conscience, you can also say, you know what? Let's find someone capable that can put the vision that
they should go and the Yoruba should go and be everybody should they should go and be searching. What are you? Come on, man.
All right, okay.
Take a moment to think about what you just said. Take a moment to think about it.
All right, I know politicians are greedy. Politicians are greedy people. They will never do that.
Woman, you even find it difficult to say it out.
No, I think he thought about it. He's thought about it.
But that is not their own. But when it comes to the PDP, we have people there that are campaigning, that are doing their own. But no politician will come and give it to you. No, not even Tinubu that will come and.
So
one man can I interject 1 minute?
Yeah, interject 1 minute. But sorry, Ajanle Koko, I want to hear from Joseph, who he has made 2 attempts to join us, but we've
okay.
So let's hear his voice just so we can document it.
That's fine.
So Joseph, good to see you. I know you've tried quite a couple of times to join us, but now we have you. So what are you then making of the conversation, Joseph?
Is it not the one with us last time? Is it not the Joseph with us last Saturday?
Did we hear his voice? No,
yes.
Did we hear you last Saturday?
Yes.
Okay, right. You were the one. Okay.
All right.
I was the one that was talking to you about
Joseph.
Oh, that was the one that was backing you up. Oh yes, Ajanle Koko's one of Ajanle Koko's fanboys.
Good morning, anyway. Mr. Joseph. How are you?
Joseph?
Oh,
I see you are out
good afternoon here.
Yes.
I'm all right. Yeah, how are you, woman?
All right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work. I'm just working out anyway. So
it's good,
And I've been struggling to connect it to my earphone, but it couldn't connect.
All right, do that. With your permission, Joseph, let me go back to Ajanle Koko. I thought you were a new voice, that's why. But if you're an existing voice, then let me go back to Ajanle Koko. Wanted to
no, let him go ahead. One man, let him go ahead. Let him go ahead.
No, I think he's trying to calibrate himself. He's trying to put his headphones in his ears and then.
Yeah, I'm trying to join the
Bluetooth. When you are ready, let one man know so I can yield for you.
All right. Yes, let's hear from you, Ajanle Koko. Yes. So I'm not sure that what Brownberry is saying hangs together, but Alexander Superchats, he says, Brownberry, your voice uncannily close to Babati. So you have a Babati tonality. Alexander Gomez says so, but yes, So the narrative that Brownberry is painting, Ajanle Koko, I suspect that's what you want to speak to.
Is Joseph ready now? No. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me tell you one man. The politics that is playing out in Nigeria now, it looks like the two parties will present northern candidate to us. And because hold on now, hold on. Let me tell you what I'm saying. Look, what's the name of this Kanu, or what is his name? That guy from Abia State, the former governor of Abia State.
Orji
Uzor Kalu. Yesterday, in an interview with Oshiomole, he is stepping down for Lawan, for Ahmed Lawan.
Yeah, I think there are about 9 of them doing that.
And he said another 9 candidates are ready to step down for him. And they are all going to give all their delegates to support Ahmed Lawan. And what he's saying specifically is that it looks like they don't have the chance from the East, considering the number of delegates. He said Eastern candidate cannot win that primary. And he doesn't want to deceive himself. And in view of that, and in addition to that, he said our brothers from the South, regarding to Yorubas, aspirants, and those of South, he said they are not good to Igbos, according to him. And in view of that reason, he said it is better for this thing to go to the north.
So this is in Zeribe again, Abi?
In Zeribe. So I said, look at this stupid argument this guy is putting up. He said no other Southern candidate supposed to be in the race except the Igbo. He said, but because we are in the race and it looked like the chance is not good for them, so it is better to let it go to the north. And that is why he is supporting Lawal. And in his reasoning, he said further that because Northeast and Southeast have not gotten any shot in the present dispensation when it comes on the position of presidency. He says so. He is considering Northeast as the best choice, and that he have known Nawal for over 41 years, and that Nawal is his his college roommate. He knows him very well. He knows that he has the capacity, and is surrendering to him. And I look at this idiot argument. I say, look at him. Ogbunaya Onu is in the race. He's from the Southeast. You don't step down for a Southeasterner like you. You don't lobby the other Southerner, Amechi and the rest, to see how they can work with people.
Amechi is quite strong in the race as well. So
yes,
that already defeats his argument. He's in Zeribe again. In
Zeribe.
Yeah.
So he is not stepping down for an Igbo man like Kimo. Look at how idiotic he is in his reasoning. He's not stepping down for an Igbo man like him, and he's not stepping down for a Northerner. He said because we cannot play. I want to take the Igbo into the center stage. We cannot be a backbencher anymore. And you see, he said
How
a
is
lot of things.
Ahmed Lawan being president, taking the Igbo to center stage? That's second fiddle still. You're still a second.
Yeah. So, though he pointed out that if we look at the totality of the delegate, if we share it between the South and the North have more delegate number than the South. He said the North, they have about 7,800 in total, the delegate, and the North have over 4,000. He said the number already defeated us, the Sadhana. He said there's no way that we can win. And you see, this guy was just coming up with all sort of irresponsible reasoning, to, drive is a treasury position to drive it home and just package it and make it look as if it's doing the right thing. You see, these are the things. An Igbo man have started again to destroy, to kill the chance of an Igbo. He should be shouting for it should be shouting for Igbo presidency, or rather the Eastern presidency. But it's not doing that. It's not standing up. It's saying it's yielding for the North. So we are in a situation now that it looks like from both parties, and with the latest development, what we are saying, the Fani Kayode is saying the same thing. And before you know it, before the day, this argument will grow, and then before you know it, at the end of the primary, you're going to see an Easterner, a Northerner emerging as the candidate of their party. We have known that of PDP, that it looked like Atiku will get that ticket. But on the side of APC, being the ruling party that have ruled with the leadership of a Northerner for 8 years, and for this thing to go again to the North under their party, that will be very, very ridiculous. That will tell us completely that
if the two parties do present Northern candidates, so what then should the Southern politics be? What should the Yoruba politics be, and what should the Igbo politics be? So how do we factor that in Yoruba land and in Igbo land? If the two parties, just as 2019, present again two Northern candidates, which is to tell us categorically that we will have a Northern president. So how do we calibrate that in the Southwest and in the Southeast, Madam Lekoko?
Look, I know for sure that our people will not take that. I'm talking about the voters in general, and the politicians themselves, particularly on the side of APC. I believe they will kick against it. They will possibly move to another party, possibly SDP, and go and carry out a protest vote against APC, because Tinubu, as we have seen it so far, is the leading candidate in that party, and for them to manipulate and then work for a Northern candidate to be the ticket, to be the nominee of the party, that will tell the entire Southerner or Southern leaders in the party that they are second fiddle, and that is the position that they have for them, and they have to stand up to tell them that no, we are not second fiddle. We are partner. We are running this party as partnership, and they will not succumb to imposition, or a position of interest. They should not succumb to
back,
it. They have to do something about it. And one man, let me tell you, the Northerner are playing the game very well. Whether we like it or not, we have to accept it. We are not playing the game very well. You see, the party of Kwankwaso is changing the dimension of the game as well. Kwankwaso in the north is working hard around the north and around the country. He's speaking on the
disenfranchised
members of APC. Is luring them into their party. In Kano now, some big weight are moving there into the party, and so in some other part of the north. So you see, the north has really positioned themselves well in the game that the rest of us in that country have to negotiate with them, whether we like it or not. They are the one that is leading. They are the one we have to negotiate with in order to secure the ticket. If at all we are going to secure it, and whoever that is going to be the candidate from the north, the ticket, the head of the ticket from the south in any of the parties will be the candidate of the north. That is the way. It's the north that is going to dictate and going to pick the candidate. That is the way it looks now. We are not playing our politics well, and the only way we can teach them is what I have said. When we have regional party, forget about this dominant two-party. That is when everybody will be on equal scale. We will have our strength in the southwest. You cannot come from the north and win our vote in the southwest. You can't come from the north and win the vote of the southeast. Let the Sadhana have their own different party. And then we will negotiate based on that. We will work on coalition, on anything, on appointment, on national appointment, on every national appointment that matter in the country have to go by negotiation. It's not going to be by the power, the excessive power of any president. We have to break that. If we don't do that, we'll be a political slave forever in that country.
All right. Let's hear from Joseph, who I think has rejoined us. So Joseph, yes, you wanted to say. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I just wanted to chip in some things on the political area. You know, every time they raise the narrative of secession or self-determination, especially from the East, it's more or less like let's name a dog a bad name just to hang him. So the people that are really agitating for the self-determination in the East, if you ask them, they don't even want this election. Just like the Yoruba narrative, looking at Yoruba nation, except the traitors among us or among them, nobody that is agitating for this want anything like election at all. And so this is the type of things that they preach, especially from the North, because let's give it to them. The North are more politically advanced than the South, even with all our education.
Would you say that? Would you say that?
I won't deceive you. They are in terms of, because their own priority is power, not the money per se. They get the money for power. And that is why, if it is possible, if they see anybody from the South that has a political cloud, they try to break him or her by giving more money, whatever he needs, as long as the power can come. So they are more politically advanced than the South. Now, for us to break away from these two dominant parties, it's not just forming the third party, because if you look at that of Kwankwaso party, before you know it, it will be infested by the same people from APC and PDP. Now, if you look at Nigeria, Nigeria is not a nation. Nigeria is a country of many nations, just like UK here. until we start having some local parties that they are not necessarily running for presidency, but to be able to dominate their environment, we won't move ahead.
But Joseph, we have many parties.
Just a minute, please. You only talk about ABGA. And if you look at ABGA, yes, many of them have there is the only one, not in the Southwest. South had it before, like AD, like Action Group. Until when the Action Group now turned to UPN and they want to go to the national, that was when the trouble started. Now, if you look at UK here, we have that of Scottish Labour Party. We have that of Scottish Conservative. And these people, they control their environment. They control their domain. The same thing if you go to Northern Ireland. They have the same. So England cannot just come around and say, no, we are not allowing this, though they still control because of the large number. But they are able to do things for their own people. For instance, you talk about NHS here now. We pay for every prescription, we pay roughly £9. But in Scotland, they don't pay anything. We pay university tuition fees here. In Scotland, it's free. And it's from the same tax. So they gave them some power, not until when we have these regional powers that are not really struggling to go to the center. I tell you, when you have even that of Papa, so before you know it now, it may merge with one of them, either PDP or APC. Then the North, although they are trying to take the power back again, but I wrote something in the comment. I said, well, I don't know how to interpret that in English. That is, when you think you are too wise. Yes.
Clever by half, yeah.
That will cost you a lot. And it may cost the nation. It may spell doom for the nation. The reason being that it will make the South, the whole of the South, to feel cheated. And through that, they will want to act in one way or the other. They won't fold their hands. It's either they are still in the party but working seriously against the party, or they just pull away. And when they pull away, it means PDP. Sorry, in case you are hearing some noise here, I think I'm around the construction area.
No, that's fine. We can hear you clearly.
Oh, okay. So if you look at when they pull out, it's likely that APC we break. And like I was listening to one of your one of our guys yesterday was talking about that possibly they are trying to put everything together for Atiku. That is a possibility, because they know that, okay, how come that almost all the Southerners, where the forms were bought for them by the Northerners? Even I was listening to Wajuba. They asked him pointedly that why is it that you have I mean, how did you get your 100 million?
No, I think that's a bit of a red herring, you know. I'm not sure. I think it's actually the Southerners that are sponsoring those northern form purchasers in order to show that they have popularity in that space. So I think that's somewhat politics that wants to bring a northern tone to their own politics. So
if they are doing that,
I don't think it's the Northerners buying the tickets. Why would they?
Okay, but if they are doing that, do you think we are not being slaves in our own land? Thinking that
we already
if we don't,
slaves. Yeah. Are we not slaves already? But seriously, though, are we not second-class citizens in that country?
No, to be sincere, we are. I won't deceive you. If anybody tells you that no, we are not, we are. We are. As far back as 90s, when I was in Kano, people that are up there were being paid salaries. Students were paid salaries. And if you take job in the north, as I mentioned before, if you have listened to this man's Amadou Bello's video, that he said they will be on contract. Till now, people from the south, if you are working in their state, you will be on contract. Every 3 years, you renew it. So, are we not slave? We are already slave in our own land. So,
Joseph, why are we with them if you're slaves? You should get out. Why are we with them?
No, to me, I will tell you, I don't want to be with them.
Me too.
Because I know what we gained when UPN was ruling in the south. When we were in secondary school, we were given textbooks, at least roughly 20 textbooks per person, per student. Higher big notes, mathematical sets, everything. So, do you not want that? Look at all our students now. When I was in Nigeria, I taught all through in private secondary schools, where people were paying almost 2 million pounds, 2 million naira, or 18,000 pounds in just ordinary secondary schools. So, to me, I see that we are already second-class citizens.
Oh, all right. Let me that space that you said, you referenced Amadou Bello. So let me actually, for the benefit of people who may not be aware, share with them what Amadou Bello actually said. But before I do that, let me acknowledge Alexander Gomez's super chat, who celebrates your contribution via super chat. So this is to you Joseph, from Alexander Gomez.
Thank you.
It says hear what it says. It says Joseph, I commend your brilliant and insightful assessment. Just brilliant and analytical. So that's what Alexander Gomez super chats to you, Joseph, to celebrate your what is hearing from you. It says, Joseph, I commend your brilliant and insightful assessment. Just brilliant and analytical. So thank you for this super chat, Alexander, and we I concur with that as well. So a lot to that I agree with in what you said, Joseph. But let's now hear if Amadou Bello actually agrees with what you said about it. So here is Amadou Bello in just a 2 minutes verbalization. So here he is.
One thing I've noticed, Femi, while I've been here, is that Northerners have made a wonderful obsession about the Igbos. Can you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headmen of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it northernized, and now all important posts are being held by northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a northerner first. If you can't get a northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions, coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, I mean, new to our region, but how many northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.
So there it is right there. That is where the northern agenda was set. So you'll be on contract if they don't have a northerner, and if they do have a northerner, then you'll be serving tea. So there it is, serving tea. So let's go to rational mind. Yeah, rational mind. Your thoughts.
Ajele Koko, I mean, I totally agree with you, Ajele Koko. Well, you see, the problem with the Nigerian context is that, you see, as long as we have people the likes of Kalu, Oji Kalu, we will never move forward. I mean, there will never be a united southern front against the northerners, because the northerners have a way of, you know, this. Well, we always say this divide and rule, divide and rule. I mean, it's a real thing. Let's not bull crap. It's a real thing. They know how to wiggle their way between we the southerners and kind of bring this disunity among us. If a person like Kalu can be saying what he said on channels yesterday when I listened to him, it tells us we're in a problem. We'll never have a united front. Even among the Yorubas, we have people like the likes of Tinubu. If their interest comes into play, they would rather, make alliance with the northerners. But when their interest is not at play, then they want to like shift the goalpost. So as long as we have people like that, I don't think that regional party system will work. And again, it can only work more better at even we have a parliamentary system. I mean, what you said, I totally agree with you. Even under this federal kind of this unitary federal kind of system we're running right now in Nigeria, it can work, but that is if we have a united front. We're able to bring all our traitors among us, bring them into the fold, make them agree that we need to wrestle this thing out of the hands of these people. Because if we don't do that, I don't see us. It's going to be a vicious circle that will always go round and round and round.
But have we not always had an Oji Kalu within the East? We had him in Nnamdi Azikiwe himself. We had him in Efe Nzeribe, and we have him now. So we've always had an Oji Uzo Kalu within the Eastern politics, and the Northerners, they know how to tap into that. There's a thing. Do you feel that the Easterners they don't want to feel subordinated to the Southwest, haven't already been forcefully subordinated to the North? Is there something in that?
Yeah. If you can see from what he was saying yesterday, everything he was saying. I don't know if you listen. I did listen to it.
This is Brownberry, if I may interject.
Come in.
Rational mind. What is different from what you and one man and one other person was saying here 3 days ago from what Oji Kalu was saying yesterday? What is different? There's really nothing different, because you were here 3 days ago, saying that there's nobody in the East that is capable.
I never said there's no.
No. You said, listen, rational mind. Like I always say, everybody, let us be a Nigerian first before we bring our ethnicity into play. Okay?
No. I'm not being ethnic here.
Hold on. I tried to get it. I tried to get in so bad that night. Because there was no link.
I'm not sure they said that. I think Soludo is capable. Soludo, I think, is capable.
Why will you say
Brownberry?
Okay.
Sorry, please, can I interject?
Hold on, Joseph. Let Brownberry land this point here.
Okay.
Yeah. You are here now saying that Uzo Kalu is a fool. We know that he shouldn't say that, but you were saying all this same thing 3 days ago. That
maybe you misheard.
No. I wasn't.
You mean? Let me say what I said. This is what I said.
Hold on. Let Brownberry land this point.
Let me finish. You said it's the time of the Southwest. That the Southwest, they fought for it, is their time.
Yes,
know,
I said that.
and you are often said here that you don't know what Peter Obi has done. When you came in, you said,
Yes, I said that.
yeah, that you've listened to all the interview. What is it that he has really done? You know, this and that. Okay, now Uzo Kalu is now telling you that this, you know, these are some of the reasons why we think that people are not supporting us. This is why we are doing that. This is why we are doing this. Okay.
Okay. So
that's what I'm telling you. There's no difference.
Hold on, can you let him land, please?
That's what I'm telling you. There's no difference with what you were displaying here that day, with what Uzo Kalu just foolishly displayed yesterday.
Okay.
You understand? Let us be fair, because presidency is not the end of everything. We need a life where because where we are right now, do you think it's gonna continue like that in America where where we are right now? Because look, tomorrow might come, they start chasing us away. You think, oh, I'm a citizen. Okay, now they are going to people, they are looking for black people to kill every time now. Okay, we need a country to go back home to. That's the most important. Let's think first of Nigeria before we start thinking of, because that presidency, I don't know how it's going to favor you. I don't know how it's going to favor me.
Is it the question you're asking or you're making a comment?
Let him, please, Rational Mind, let him land, because this is a heartfelt thing that I say.
Yes, I'm just telling you that we should stop. Let's just be fair, okay? Because you are here to criticize Uzo Kalu. I'm not saying you should you criticize him, but before you criticize him, they said before you throw a stone, the first of us, look. I mean, before you criticize somebody, first of all, look at yourself. That's what I'm going to say. Continue.
All right. Let's hear from Joseph, and then we'll come to you, Rational Mind. Joseph, you wanted to say?
Yeah, just to correct Blackberry. Brownberry.
Brownberry.
Yeah. To be sincere, it was when the British came that they started calling us tribals. We are ethnics, and each ethnicity is a nation. So I am Yoruba first before Nigeria. It is not the other way around. You are Yoruba or you are Igbo first before Nigeria. I'm not saying that your Yoruba-ness should now jeopardize the existence of Nigeria, but let's be clear. You are Yoruba first before Nigeria. So our Nigerianness does not come first. It's your ethnicity, your nation that comes first. So
is this supposed to be like that?
Yes.
But is that not how it is, though? Is that not how it is? Is that how it is? Do you disagree that is how it is?
So it should remain like that?
No, but first, do you disagree that is how it is? Is that how it is?
That is how it is right now. So you mean that with the new generation we should keep it like that? Oh,
No. But you see, we have to build a sense of Nigerianness, so that Nigeria is actually your ethnicity.
So
when I agree with that.
When we leave Nigeria, all we say when we're outside, when we're out there, oh Nigeria, oh Nigeria, oh Nigeria. Nobody say Yoruba man, nobody say Igbo man, nobody say Edo man, nobody say Kanuri man, Hausa man. When we are outside of Nigeria, so what are we talking about?
I do say that though.
All right. Let's hear from Rational Mind.
America, you say you are Yoruba man.
Hold on. I mean,
let's hear from Rational Mind, and then we hear from Jay. So to Rational Mind. Mind.
Do I think that an Igbo man should be a president? Yes. Do I have any animosity against any Igbo person? No. Do I have any animosity against any Northerners? Well, the elite, I have issues with them. So my point is this. When I was saying that Obi the other time, you see the Igbos, our Igbo brothers, they have a way of overblowing things. They make it sound so ridiculous sometimes. They oversold what's his name? Peter Obi. Not capable. No, don't get me wrong. If you look at some of that previous session we've had here, I've said Peter Obi is another person, another viable option I consider if Shogore cannot get it. Or Mohalu. In fact, Mohalu before Peter Obi. But the issue is the way some of our Igbo brothers, they promote promote Obi as the panacea for our problem. No, he's not. Obi is also part of it, in a way. So, but then, will I still want him to be president if among all those thieves there in his party? Yes, I would still prefer him than any of them. So the only thing I'm speaking to the objectivity of the way they promote him that is oversold in a sense. I mean, this is a guy who was accused, because if you have to come to things like this, you have to come with a clean slate. I'm not saying everybody has a clean slate, but at least we've been accused of money in the Panama, whatever document that was released or whatever document that was released on him. So the point
Pandora papers.
Pandora papers. Whose money it is? Is it government money?
He did not listen. He did not declare it. He himself said he did not declare it because he was advised by his lawyers. So let's not go into that areas.
Okay.
Did he really perform wonders, as they say? They blow him up in Anambra? No, he did not perform wonders. Did he do better than any other previous governor or the governor that was there before him? Yes, he did. So I still believe that Obi can still do something. But the things that I challenge some of his policies, like giving more priority to SMEs than education. In fact, I was listening to his interview with Arise before I joined this platform. I was listening to it when I saw that you guys were on already. So he was talking about SMEs. I had a debate with somebody. He said, no, he also talked about...
Did he speak about education there?
Education, yeah. But later I saw that he talked about education, but his emphasis is more on giving money how to SMEs, helping small and medium businesses, which is not bad. And that is the same question somebody threw to him on Arise, that you don't have the human development, intellectual capacity. Because all this country you're using, or you're comparing Nigeria with, they have good educational system that promotes people that are technically savvy, who can invent things, who can work on machineries, but you don't have you just have a young population. So let's not go into all this.
I disagree with you.
Nigeria don't.
Hold on. What we really need is data. What those countries have is data. They have everyone. They have everyone. What I mean is that
we're talking about skill.
Hold on, we do need data. Let him follow through, because I think he has the.
What I mean is that nobody knows who is who in Nigeria. In those places that he's talking about, okay, in Bangladesh, in Vietnamese, they know who is who. They have their people data.
Thank you.
Because you cannot be giving money to MSC because you don't know these people. That is one of the things we should tackle. But he also
Brownberry, you've not followed. I mean, I'm not saying you should follow me. You've not been listening. Hold on. You excuse me now. Let me make my case.
No, because he said about education. Because he said number one will be education, number two will be education.
It's just today I'm hearing him saying that number one.
He said it before today.
He has always said that. Yeah, he has always said that.
I know. I've never heard him say that. All his talk is about SMEs, which is not bad. But you need a skilled population. Go to Nigeria. Most of the construction sites in Nigeria, there, the people who are working on the construction site are people from Togo, Benin.
But rational man, he said he's going to invest on education as well.
No, it was when I was arguing back then, all I heard him say is SMEs. But later when I asked, because today somebody asked that same question, how can you give money out when you don't even have a skilled population? Your young people are not even skilled. He said, well, my number one agenda is education. Then I have to retract now. So my point is this: I was only arguing based on what I know about Peter Obi. I'm not saying it's not a vibe. I mean, among all of them, will I think, yeah, it should be. I will give him my support than any other person. So now on the issue of Southwest, I was only making case for the Southwest because the Southwest, they've been found to be always cheated in some sense. People can say Obasanjo was not the choice of the Southwest. It was an imposition by the Northerners and collision with the Southeasterners because they felt maybe it represent the generality of the of what's it called, the welfare of the
military says
the military of Nigeria, because they see maybe AD or AD then as a bit more of a Yoruba pro. No, you see that was the debate I was having with Jafar yesterday or day before yesterday, that one man has to block.
You also said that Obasanjo wasn't a Yoruba man. I mean,
I said that. Yeah, I said that.
No,
I heard that.
You keep bringing many things. I don't want to drag this woman's platform today. Bring this topic for that time.
Be seeing that.
Let me conclude.
You want Ajale Koko to come in one man.
But we have DNA now. We have DNA.
Let me say this in conclusion. Now, talking about the Southwest issue that I raised, that Southwest should also vie for it. I mean, I consider Igbo first, but in the absence of when we don't have anybody from Southeast that can do that, let it go to the Yorubas. Also, I believe the Yorubas are very equitable. I mean, they are very equitable when they do things.
Even the Southeast, the Southeast presidential narrative is a single story narrative. Number one is Peter Obi, number two Peter Obi, and number three Peter Obi. Who else? Is it Pius Ayim that we're talking about? It's only Peter Obi now. That's the only story coming out of it. So if you cannot vest everything on just a single story now. So it's a single story narrative, even that southeastern.
What of in Southwest? What is the narrative?
We have Oshiomole, we have Tinubu, we have Fayemi.
What is the chances of Oshiomole and Fayemi other than Tinubu?
Is equimeasure to Oshiomale's chances are equal to Peter Obi's chances in
It's not. Let me tell you why it's not. Is that Oshiomole has no structure to work for except Buhari put his weight behind him.
Does Peter Obi have a structure?
Well, he have a little structure in the south. He will still clear the south, the east, the southeast. I know that for sure. He have the structure in the southeast. He will get all the delegates from the southeast in PDP. But Oshiomole has nothing. And Tinubu, what's the name? Fayemi have nothing as well, other than
I disagree with you. I disagree with you on that.
What do you mean?
Peter Obi cannot have the structure from Southeast. When it's two or three Southeast governors who are the ones that will even determine the delegates or they will influence delegates, therefore.
Who are the rest? Who are the rest of the governors? They will work for him now. Is their own within the PDP.
Would you allow me speak?
Okay.
But the point I'm trying to make is this. Three Southwest, Abia, I think Abia, Enugu, and one other state, they are behind, what's it called? In Wike. So since they're behind Wike, they say that that's their own man. And they neglect.
No. We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
That's what they've been doing.
Let us leave it. We don't know yet.
I am speaking to what is out there. I gotta go. I won't say things that are not out there.
So they said they are backing Wike.
Wike, yeah.
Oh, okay. That has limited this structural base then.
So that's what I'm saying.
I won't say you should trust the governors. Please.
No,
because if you look at Kaduna State, no. What I'm saying? If you look at Kaduna State governor, when Tinubu went there, he said, yes, you have my vote. You have the delegates' vote. Then, and he has to be asking the delegates again, do you want Amechi? So, don't trust the governors for now. It's for the highest bidder. Then we go for the highest bidder. So don't trust the whatever the governors are saying now. Because looking at El Rufai already say, oh, Tinubu, yes, you have my vote. And Tinubu was boasting, yes, I have 400 and something delegates already. But when Amechi went there 2 days ago, the whole thing changed. So that is just it. Don't trust all those governors for now, please. Thank you.
All right. All right, but conclude. Then I want to hear from Ife as well, so that all voices would have been.
So the case I was making for Southwest is that Southwest, they've always been used and dumped, and that is one problem I have. But they are so stupid.
What have always been used and dumped?
Yes.
In this civilian administration, they've had an 8-year presidency and an 8-year vice presidency, 16 out of the 20-something.
Hold on.
They have been at the heart of everything.
If you say 8 years of vice presidency, I can understand that, and I agree with you on that.
What about Obasanjo's 8 years?
Obasanjo was not the Yoruba's choice.
Where is it from? Where's Obasanjo from?
Now in 1999.
No. Let's not. No. We've had all that narrative in the past, so you're only going to.
Where is it from? Him.
Where is Obasanjo from?
He's from. We agree he's from Southwest.
Yeah, so he's a Yoruba man.
We were one man. Supposed to be. Are you not the one who said that he's not a Yoruba man yet?
Yeah, but that was just a comical little. We had 8 years of Basanjo and we've had 8 years of Shibajo, which is 16 years. So you can't say we are used and dumped. Now, how are we used and dumped?
Listen. Look at what happened. Look at what's currently happening to Oshiomole. Look at how they use that guy. In fact, that's the only.
Yeah, no, but that's not a Yoruba narrative. Now. That's a Tinubu narrative. Look at this guy.
My point is this. Going by what the contribution of the Southwest, when I'm in the Southwest, the Tinubu camp and the Southwest governor to the emergence of this idiot that is there today, which if he had there, they had not formed that alliance with them, he would not have had one where he is today. But look at how he's paying back. That's my only problem. I hate traitors. I hate people that are traitors. So my point is, and look at, even though he wants to do it, he's even doing it openly now. Initially, we're talking about, Agalego was talking here. He said this and that. Some weeks ago, almost 2 months or 3 months ago, we were debating here on your platform, that how can they have the chairmanship to the north and they still want to have a presidency to the north? After about 3 years that they had a interim chairman in the like of the person of Mela Boni, and the Sadhana was removed from there. These people are playing dirty politics. So what my point is,
yes, but people are attributing cleverness to that. That is crude politics now. It's not clever politics. It's crude.
It's not clever. It's
by force politics. You know, you say if they get the results, then that's what that matters. What is it really?
You had this small man from Kaduna saying that, we have they've already we've zoned it. Every office is zoned, and then invariably since we have the northern person as the chairman, and then southern people should produce a president. But look at what happened. Immediately they remove Mela Boni. They bring in their machinery that will come and do the butchering of Tinubu and his people. And look at what happened now. They throw it open now. Ahmed Lawal Mohammed, or what is his name, the Senate president. He has thrown his heart into the presidency. The other governors from North, they are buying the ticket. What are we talking about? You cannot have the chairman of that party and also have the presidency. It makes no sense. Look at what PDP is doing.
We'll find out soon enough, because even in instances where they've zoned it to a particular region, that's not stopped other regions from buying nomination forms. But it's only really, we'll only ever know really when we categorically know. But thank you, Rational Mind. Let me just quickly ask, are you in the north, Joseph? Are you in the north? Joseph? I can't hear you. You're muted.
You're muted.
That looks like Newcastle or Manchester or something to me. Because you don't have that much greenery in London.
He couldn't.
He doesn't know. This is bottom shown you, but look at that.
The Southerners.
No, Koribe is because I'm in the sun, so I couldn't see the mic. No, I'm in Newcastle.
You're in Newcastle. You say I suspected. Yeah. That's my team anyway. So you want?
I was surprised yesterday when you said your team is Newcastle. I said, wow, that's good. I've
been following them for God knows how long. It is the days of Peter Batesley.
Don't worry, we are winning the Premier team. We are the
richest club in the world now. So watch out, Saudi money.
Yeah.
So at last we get the chance to boast. But I just wanted to start because you have so much space and you don't have space in the south. So I knew you were in the north. Yes.
I normally do this work like it's a path for dog walkers to maybe about 2 or 3, linking 2 or 3 parks. So I just do about 2 hours walk when I'm not at work.
For the exercise?
My belly is protruding.
Don't worry. It's the beer. And
anyway, I do.
Don't find the yam beyond 7 p.m. This is what I've,
All right. Okay. I will try.
Yeah.
If
in
possible.
Fact, don't eat any stodgy food. After 7 p.m., only eat rice. That's what I've discovered. But thank you, Joseph. So let's go on to Ife, who joins us. So Ife, you've heard the conversation. What are your thoughts, Ife?
Yeah, the first one I will first of all comment on is, you see, as much as we love Nigeria, don't let us as a people disregard our ethnicity. What's happening in Ukraine today is showing that even these people that normally talks about country, nationality, they don't joke with their ethnicity. The Hungarian Ukrainians are also fighting the Ukrainians that they are not allowing them to be using their Hungarian language in schools. The same thing the Russians there and the ethnic Ukrainian, even the Polish there. So it means ethnicity before nationalism, but the only difference is when an ethnic group in a nation is using policies to affect the other nationalities, the ethnic nationalities that are not as much as them. That's where the problem always lies. And discord then at times it spiral into civil wars. So I think that's the only difference. The same thing happened in Rwanda, the same thing happened, even part of the, if we look at the problems we're having in Africa generally, you find out that in every country, one ethnic group or ethnic nationality wants to dominate the other so that they don't have a voice. And naturally, nobody will take that. So that's why I like Ajanle Koko and Joseph's submission that the best way for us is we should have some form of regional parties that would push everything that each ethnic nationality wants, such that at the center it will just be more of negotiation. About the Peter Obi space, the Yoruba space, the Southern space, I don't know what will happen, but if that presidency goes to the north in terms of, if not true, if another person, because I think generally the South sees Atiku more as a Southerner than even the Northerner don't even accept Atiku as a Northerner. This thing that happened recently about Deborah and his tweet has shown that it seems as if some extremist northern interests don't really see Atiku as even a Muslim. That's the way I'm looking at Atiku's case. So Atiku has a southern orientation than the way the northerners think. That's why I'm looking at Atiku. He may prove me wrong, but that's the way I'm looking at him. Even it was on this platform I learned that most of his investments are in the southeast, you know. So that's the way I'm looking at Atiku. But if it goes to another person, apart from an Atiku type of person, I don't know. The whole thing might spiral into agitation here and there, you know, and there will be political unrest for the next 8 years. That's why I'm looking at it. But for fairness, it has to go to the southeast. That's for fairness. But the reality,
no, you can't be. I don't. You know,
no,
I really do object to. But okay, carry on. That's
for
your own
fairness,
opinion. No? Yeah.
For fairness.
Why is it fairness?
Yeah, because that's the only region that we can say has not brought out a president. If we are looking at the middle belt, yes, we can say, oh, they are not Hausas there. They are this, they are that. But the truth is, the Hausa language combines the whole of the north. No, there's nowhere in the northern hemisphere that you go to that they don't speak Hausa. When we say the northwest, they are the same family. Maybe we can have a Kanuri person, but they are the same family. So if we come to the south, the only region that does not produce the president is in the southeast. That's for fairness for me. But the realities on ground, now we have the Senate president, we have Tinubu, we have Atiku. Whoever it goes to.
Can you name an Eastern politician of equal measure to those three names that you've mentioned?
No, there's none. There's none.
And do you think
the only thing that will happen is Okay.
No, I wanted to add on. Do you think that you need to be of that measure to be Nigerian president?
No, I don't think
that hierarchy
no.
that you just.
I don't think so, because what I think is for the power brokers to give you the go ahead. Yaradua was not in their caliber, the late Yaradua. Jonathan was not in that caliber. Even as at the time Obasanjo came, Obasanjo was not in their caliber. The northern.
What caliber are we talking about? What's his name?
In terms of structure, political.
The current Senate president. Okay, and we have pioneering a former president and a former.
No, I don't think the current president is in that caliber too.
Okay.
The current president is not there.
Vice president. Okay, vice president. Even Tinubu is not in the caliber of vice president because is the.
No. We are looking at people who have political structure. Brownberry
and sagacity
Just say political structure. Don't say caliber.
Yeah. Okay. Political structure. We have the likes of Atiku. I think for political structure, it's just to Atiku and Tinubu. Let's be sincere with ourselves. That's the way I look at it. Political structure, we just have to Tinubu and Atiku. And for political structure, I think Atiku has a far-reaching political structure because of the northern space than even Tinubu. If we want to look at it by political structure, but does political structure produce the president of Nigeria? Most times, what history is showing us is people that become the president. I'm not talking about the military time. During the time of the democratic dispensation, there are people who were not even reckoned with. That's the way I see it. So between now and the end of the month, anything can still happen. That space is still big, you know.
What you mean is that since 1999, not those that really had political structure that became president.
Yes.
Kwame, he never became president. He had a political structure, and Obasanjo was brought out. What's his name? Atiku had political structure, and Yaradua was brought out.
Yeah.
Then with Jonathan.
You know? So the same thing can still happen. Yeah, sure.
Kwame doesn't have political structure.
Well, Kwame was the leading candidate at that time.
He didn't have political. That's why he couldn't win. He did not have any structure.
Because they shifted people that want to.
He did not have political structure. Even when he was vice president, he couldn't win any land in Igbo land and in the east for the National Party of Nigeria. The National Party of Nigeria, the East, all the states in the East were controlled by MPP. Ekweme doesn't have political structure, so get that right.
But before Obasanjo was backed by the military hierarchy, it was Ekweme that was supposed to clinch that. We know that.
Well, let me tell you, he did not have structure. That is why he could not compete well.
We are not really talking, because at that time we didn't really need structure. That first time, we are talking about who was at the top at that time before Obasanjo was being backed.
He wasn't at the top. Yaradua Group. Hold on, let me tell him. It was Yaradua Group was the strongest political group in the country, and they were in SDP. And when that dispensation was destroyed, and the transition into PDP after Abubakar left, during the Abubakar time, that group became the largest group in PDP. And that is why, and they were the one that sponsored Obasanjo candidacy, and that is why Obasanjo emerged as the ticket of the party. So, he was just one of the leaders in the country, a political leader, yes, by the virtue of the position he occupied during the Second Republic as the vice president. But structure, he doesn't have political. Ekweme does not have political structure.
Adanle Koko.
Yeah.
To buttress your point, it seems as if this Yaradua group is still a group to reckon with in the north. You see that the people vying for political offices are still going to greet, is it the wife or the mother?
Yeah, the mother, the wife.
I'm surprised, you know.
Oh, Atiku is the leading, is the manager of the group now. Is the leading personality in that group, and that group is the only group that is spread across the country. That structure is a structure to beat by anybody. So and that is why you see, in that PDP, nobody can beat Atiku. Atiku will beat anybody 10 times. 10 times, one at time after the other, because that group exists there. So we should just face reality here. We should not be deceiving ourselves or playing sentiment here. So that's just it.
So back to you, Faye.
Yeah. So the next talking point is about audios of Kalu's utterances. You see,
is that Nzeribe revisited?
You know, when I listen to the interview, I'm like, why is this guy talking like this? You know,
the arrogance is just
and he was saying that he is ready to be sweeping the floor in the Aso Rock. I was disappointed. I was just disappointed that he was speaking in that manner.
But if
yeah, Jake.
In my opinion, I think what Ezekiel is saying is the truth. You guys are not getting it. It's the truth. I'm sorry to say this. It's the truth. The Yoruba, I don't want to be political here. The Yoruba sabotage you, but it's the truth. I'm sorry to say this. He's saying the truth. Do you know why he's saying that? The Yorubas have become president for how many? 16 years. And Yorubas will become president again? Come on, man. And you want unity? This is how you get unity. I'm sorry to say this. That's the truth.
So you're rather a northerner than a Yoruba man?
That's the truth, because the Igbos are realizing, the Igbos are saying, enough is enough. They're realizing that Yorubas are not listening. So we have to do the hard way to make them listen. That's the hard way for you guys to listen. They're not listening. That's the truth. You can't stop telling the Igbo and you expect them to be in Nigeria. No, that's not going to work.
You see,
Jake, I'm looking at it. Okay,
hold on,
rational mind.
Yeah, carry on. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, go on, rational mind. Yeah.
You see, what happened between Awolowo and Azikiwe, we're seeing a replay of it. You see, history has a way of repeating itself. If you listen to what this guy said yesterday, that tells you there that arrogancy in the Igbos, the Igbos, some Igbo elites, is there. That they can't come across the Niger and handshake across the Niger into the southwest and form an alliance. The Igbo, they always like to play this little kind of politics that they play, which is not really helping them. I mean, I've had some Igbo people say it's not really helping them. What does it take them to form so kind of like a group and come meet the southwest and try and lobby them, talk to them? But you see but they can do that with the south and with the northerners. I mean, who is playing politics here? And then you see how the northerners will now stab them, and after 8 years, 9 years, or 16 years, they'll come back again. They'll still be in the same spot. So as long as we continue, because you see, the thing is this: the southwest has what it takes. Go across the Niger, form an alliance with them, come together, and whatever you people agree on it, and follow through. But you want the southwest to give you just like that and come and meet you and say, okay, no, it doesn't work that way. But you can go to the north now.
Rational mind. My own problem with this coming alliance is it turns to a form of a beggy type of politics. And
it's already beggy now.
You understand? That's where Adanle Koko and Joseph submission is always spot on. You understand? This is just beggy politics at the end of the day. And when you have this beggy politics, you are easily compromised. And that's what's always happening to the Southwest.
Hold on, rational mind. Let Ife land, then I want to hear from Charles, who has a different opinion.
And that's what's always happening with the Southwest and the Southeast, because at the end of the day, you see a Southwest politicians who wants to vie for the presidency, he has to compromise the Southwest to go to the center. The same thing will happen in the Southeast. the southeast, like you are saying now, will not want to align with the southwest. They also want to go to the northerners because they have the number. So at the end of the day, they have to find a way to have maybe an ethnic type of you have to play an ethnic type of politics to help each region. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Oh, all right, thank you, Ike. Let me acknowledge Alexander Gomez's super chat. He says, one man, your platform is getting infectious and compelling. So thank you, one man. Thank you, rather, Alexander. That was the whole idea. So really, the platform, you know the times already, so it can be the backdrop to whatever you're doing. You saw Joseph going about his daily exercise, listening to the platform. We heard Alexander Akashi, he was on his flight back from Nigeria, listening to the platform. We know that people are cooking, listening to the platform. We see it live. So people in their car, so it can just be the backdrop as you said about your day. You know the schedule already, so just make it a regular diet of your daily as Alexander does. So thank you for that super chat. As we hear from Charles. Charles, you have a contrary view, but speak up though. Speak up.
Yes, yeah. I think what he's saying is the truth. The North had given Yoruba people 16 years. So what Westman is saying is not the truth. Westman knows that what Westman is saying is false. The North had given the Yoruba people 16 years. And it would feel like the Yorubas are not.
What do you keep saying did not give the? No, it's not in the gift of the Northern. I really, a lot of this language sometimes is head scratching. You know,
the truth. I'm sorry to say that's the truth.
They not give the Yorubas power.
Yes, that's the truth. Yoruba don't want to hear that. But I'm sorry to say, enough's enough for this. You can't force them to go be in Nigeria, but you don't want to give them prison. What's the point of Nigeria? That's what the North is doing. You're doing the South. I agree with the North, 100%. That's the truth.
All right,
and Yobo is causing the unity problem. They're causing the unity problem.
Hold on, let Charles land. Yeah,
Yobos are causing the unity problem. That's what they're not realizing. The people are not saying unity in the South because of the Yobos. That's what they're not say that.
Let me ask you this, Brownberry. Do you think the somewhat tension, and we have to consider that there is somewhat maybe not a full blown, but there's a simmering tension between the Southeast and the Southwest. Do you think it's a battle for dominance? Do you think this is what it is?
It's a battle for the center. The Yoruba people think they've not had their time because because during the time of Obasanjo they didn't vote for him twice. So and when Jonathan was there, I mean the Yoruba media, we know what they did, just slandering him here and there. And they did everything. They made alliance.
No. Yoruba voted for Jonathan first time. Yoruba voted for him first time, man.
I didn't say Jonathan. I said Obasanjo. When I talked about vote, I said Obasanjo. When I talked
I thought you said Yoruba media were bashing Jonathan. I was trying to tell you that, but Yoruba voted for Jonathan first time.
Yeah, of course.
The second time that All right.
No, I was talking about the bashing. Slandering. It was coming from. I'm not saying I didn't come from the South, but it was coming from. I'm just going to say it didn't come from the South, South, because I know a lot of my people that were also slandering him. What I'm saying is that they did all the slandering and everything just to all the propaganda, just to make sure that just to make people look at him as if he's nothing, and then align themselves with the North. And the East is also trying to do the same, because what the East is looking at now, if we allow Europe, which for me I don't see it as anything, but I'm not them. What they are saying is that if we allow a Southwesterner to come in, which means it's going to take us on that 16 years or more. It might even take like 30 years or so before we can even smell that center. And one of the reasons why they are all juggling for this is because of our constitution. Is because of if the country was restructured. And everybody, from local government and everything, the institutions are strong. Nobody will be fighting for this president because they know how powerful this presidency is. That's why
it's the most powerful in the world, according to what people. It's almost like a field, what we run.
So that's why everybody, and we have not had anyone. But as powerful as it is, if we have someone that has brain, we could, Nigeria could be more. It could even be greater. Because that's why, for me, I love China. I love their way. I love their leadership. You understand? So when it comes to all this religion, like people are saying, "Oh, my tribe is greater," blah blah. This, and I don't want to. I know everybody. We all have our own tribe. I mean, it's good. Let's clap for ourselves. But what has our tribe done for us?
Do you not think your tribe is greater? Hold on, be honest, Brownberry. Do you not think I will tell you that I think that my tribe is greater.
What has your tribe? Hold on. What has your tribe? What has your tribe done for you?
It's made me who I am.
Who you that you are in London City there instead of being in your place.
Don't worry, I'm in my place. Wherever I am in the world is Oyo land. I carry Oyo with me.
This is what people always say. So wherever I mean, I'm the issue we have in Africa is just this tribe, religion, and I mean, all this what they call traditional rulers that are not traditional rulers, deceiving people up and down. What they did in China was to make sure that they tackle these issues, this religious issue, because if you don't deal with them, whether it's Christian or Islam or whatever it is, they are left in the background. They are not allowed to raise their voice because they will destroy the economy. They will destroy everything. So let's be one, except we don't want to be. Well, what I keep saying is that Yoruba person will make sure that he aligns with another person to become the president. And the Easterners have also seen it. That's okay. Let's align with these people so that we get our turn in the next 8 years. But might spell doom for the whole of us. But they might not see that. But who am I to tell them what to do now?
And another reason why they used to line, because they used to realize the Yorubas don't want to line with the Igbos. So paying the Yoruba for that, they cause a problem. That's what the lines do not. They feel like Yoruba people are not listening. So they have to do another way.
You see, I've always felt that the thing with the Yorubas and the Igbos is a battle for superiority. I think, I'm not sure that the two tribes really consider that they can be a relationship of equals. Because if they consider it, then it would have worked a long time ago. So they want to have the upper hand against the other. This is what I've always thought about the Yoruba, Igbo, sort of like, that space. I've never. I think it's a battle for them. Yeah.
These two tribes. I mean, the whole of South. For me, I believe we are from the same family. Because if you look at our languages are similar, some words that we say, they are similar. Our dresses are similar. I don't see any reason why we should be fighting, for anything. I mean, like I always say, what has our tribe done for us? What are our traditional rulers? What have they done for us? What have they done? What are your, being Yoruba man, being an Edo man, being an Igbo man, a Kwere man, what has it done for you? Has it transformed your community? Has it brought us a good governance? It hasn't.
Hello, Bramberry. You see, this question you're asking now, I will tell you categorically that before we have the unitary system, if you ask Adanle Koko's era, what has their tribe done for them? They will have better answers than I want to believe we win this in our early 30s now. You understand? Adanle Koko's or our parents, era, we tell them what their region has done for them. But unfortunately, the problem we have is we came after the military destabilized the regional system.
So who is governing your state right now? Is he an Igbo man?
But you want to it's a Yoruba man, but you want to agree with
my brother.
Wait, Bramberry, wait. The type of constitution we are running does not give that Yoruba man, even though it does not make that Yoruba man accountable, because at the end of the day,
but it makes that Yoruba, hold on. It makes that Yoruba man steal money, right? It makes that Yoruba man defraud the money for education and for health, right?
Yes.
So what are we talking about? So forget that.
But I will not forget about it.
Hold on.
You don't have.
Hold on.
Wait, Bramberry, you don't have the. wait now.
A selfless
You don't have the
patriotic
facilities
people.
to
Forget
put
what
that
you're
person
saying.
in that your region.
Hold on, Branberry. Let's if I make that point and then you counter it. Oh, did you?
Yeah, you don't have the you don't
no,
have the
yeah.
you don't have the what's it called, the institutions to query that person in that in your space. What's happening at the end of the day? Somebody's directs the EFCC to go after one politician because he's in one party and he's not going after another politician in another party. Are they not corrupt? But why? That's why we are saying if you have a regional system, or let's say a parliamentary system, every region will handle its politician to will be able to hold this politician to book. It's not that because you embezzle money in Southwest now, because you know one president in Abuja, that person will say don't touch him. That's the problem we're having.
I'm not disagreeing.
All right, let's hear from Branberry. Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you with regional government. I'm not disagreeing with you, but let us not give excuses to our governors and to our representatives. Okay, let us not be excusing them because it's unitary government. People, and we allow them to do menial jobs that are in. Come on, that does not mean that you cannot do well. Even in this unitary government, you can still do well as a governor. You can still do well as an House of Assembly member. You can still do well as a chairman, as a councillor. You can still do your people proud and do your people well. Let's just stop saying that, because they did well at that time, now they cannot do well again. But we know how much they go home with. We know we know how they buy luxury in every part of the world. Let us not give them excuse. We are excusing them. They come here every time. Oh, we are just governors. We are governors without security. We are governors without this. Come on, man, do your job. Let them do their job. Are you going to tell me that if you get there, are you going to get them and also be giving these excuses that you couldn't do anything because of this and that? Let's not give them excuses. That's what I'm saying. What has our tribes done for us? Our tribal men they have been the governors. They are the one in the Senate. They are the one. What are they doing?
Okay, what I understand now. You mean by tribe in terms of our tribal politicians, right?
No, I think what Branberry is inviting is that we need to move away from the tribal tones.
No,
because
I don't.
With that tribe, the politicians, they will use the tribe in order to hold your loyalty, but they're not loyal to you. They're out to rip you off, but they will use tribe to hold your loyalty. So Branberry is saying, let's remove all of the tribes and then see these people as what they are, and then we launch after them.
I have a question. When Boris Johnson was addressing the parliament here in the House of Commons when Russia started the war with Ukraine, what was he saying? Did he say the British? You know what he was saying? He was saying the Anglophiles and the Saxons.
Well, that doesn't apply to him. He's a Turkish man, so as you know.
Yeah, irrespective, but he has the mother is an Anglophile, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the mother and their granny, they were Anglophile. So he has some allegiance to the Anglo or British Empire. The same way, if you look at my own case too, I have some allegiance to the my Yoruba descent too. As much as I have some to the Egun tribe. So, but what I'm trying to say,
what's the difference between Yorubas and Eguns?
I don't know. I think historians will need to
because
talk
I
about
thought the Eguns. I thought they were a subsect of the Yorubas. Are they not a subsect of the?
Yes, I know. Yeah. But some people will say no. Some people will say yes. Because I know the Ewe people from Ghana and part of Togo are from Yorubas. The history say they came from all the way from Ilefe, and since the Ewe, the four people have the same type of languages, then we can say all descended from the same source. And you know we share some of the same deities too. Ogun, Ifa.
The Gun people, what language do they speak?
Gungbe. Gungbe.
Would the Yoruba man understand it?
No.
So it's not an inflection. It's not sort of like a dialectic, a regional sort of Yoruba. Like
No,
you
no,
have
no,
with Ondo
no.
people that they speak
No,
Yoruba,
no.
but nobody understands what they say.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Well,
Okay, round off your thought on what you were saying because I diverted you. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is this. But what they were able to do here was they were able to respect everybody's ethnic nationality, such that we have countries in Europe that are not up to 5 million, and they will be speaking the same language. We have some 15 million. There is no ethnic nationality in Nigeria that is less than 5 million. I'm very sure of that one. If Efik, are you telling me that Efik people are no more than 5 million? I don't know of any ethnic
the way
nationality.
they breed like rabbits over there.
I don't think there is any ethnic nationality in Nigeria that is less than 5 million. But the question is this: how are we going to find a political structure that will respect everybody? Part of the problem Nigeria is having today is just respect. Don't come into my space. Don't dictate for me how I want to live. And if we can, come to that, we will have a fantastic system. You know that even during the parliamentary system in the Southwest, it was the Akran Obadagi that was controlling the Ogun space with Awolowo. So it means the Yorubas we were in the South, Southwest, we were able to respect everybody's uniqueness. And that's what Nigeria really wants. That's why a Yoruba man will, at the end of the day, if he feels cheated, comes back to his Yoruba space. If an Igbo man feels cheated, he goes back to his Igbo space. When the Fulanis were feeling cheated, they went back to their Fulani space, saying Boko Haram. A fight on Boko Haram is a fight, and part of the problem Jonathan had. And that's why they were part of what brought Buhari in was what Yoruba will say, that is, since Buhari is from the north, he's a Fulani man, he will be able to fight Boko Haram. Unfortunately, no. When problem brews in Nigeria, you will see that everybody wants them, they will see it as an ethnic problem. The IPOB issue, we are not seeing it as a Nigerian problem. We are seeing it as what? As an Igbo problem. Sunday Igboho's issue was seen as a Yoruba problem, Yoruba nation agitation. Boko Haram till date, Nigeria is still seeing it not as a Nigerian problem, but as a northern Hausa problem. Go and look at every crisis. It will be seen from the ethnic distinct. The lady that was killed, Deborah, it was not seen as a national problem.
Are you surprised that you are not hearing an Hausa reaction to this? You will think that's Deborah. You think she was a Yoruba woman, the way we are carrying it on our head. But the Hausa even, who the daughter of she is, they are not even saying a word.
You see, one man, there is a big problem in that note. I was able to hear the views of many of my northern friends, Muslims and Christians. You see, the northern space there's a problem such that if you are not a Muslim, you are not regarded as a Hausa person. Religion is now defining who is a Hausa or who is not a Hausa person. That's the problem. Religion, they have a very sharp religious divide, and that's what we don't have in the South. Yesterday night when 2 days ago when I was talking, I said my grandfather is a voodoo worshiper, my grandmother a voodoo worshiper, my dad's sister is a Muslim, my dad is a Christian, I'm a Christian. So me growing up in this type of religious divide, and some who are religious syncretic, such that if Muslim comes, fine, Christian come, fine, traditional worship pass come, fine. There's no discrimination. We eat everybody's at
everybody's salah. You do everybody's salah.
Everybody's salah, you understand? So if you want to be extremist, we just say that's the time in the West. And when you bow with the Messi in the West, people just you feel isolated, you know. So religion is not an issue for us in the South, but for them it is already defined. Even I was speaking with a guy, he was saying that religion can define if you gain admission or you not gain admission in some of the northern institutions now as we are speaking. So is that bad? And when professors are tweeting that, it tells you what is going to happen in that space in the next 20 years. So what you now have in the north now is the Christians there. You know, before the Christians don't normally give back. They are now saying so that the Muslims don't overpower us with their population. Let's start giving back. That's part of the preaching now in the churches in the north. So religion is a big thing there.
So we can't breed like rabbits now. We are not from the creeks, you know. Are you saying Christians or not Yorubas? Okay, all right.
The northern Christians are now saying that for them to equalize the population with the Muslim north, they too just need to start giving birth to large children.
All right. Go on, round up that thought, okay? Then, if you already know where
no
I call
problem,
you, okay?
man. No
yes,
problem.
But that's my daughter's. One day you'll meet her. When she comes back from school, I'll put her on the screen. Then you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
so what I'm just trying to say is this: the only thing we just need is respecting everybody's differences. If we respect everybody's differences in that country, the sky is the limit. The sky is the starting point for us. But the problem is just somebody wants to lord it over another person, and naturally nobody will take it. That's all the truth.
All right, brilliant. Well put, Ife. So thank you, Ife.
Right.
So Ife, one of the regular voices, but he just dips in and out. You hear him now, but in 10 months' time he'll turn up again. This is a very busy man making all the pounds in England. So there it is right there. So thank you, Ife, and thank you, gentlemen. So a short session, as you know, usually 2 hours, now 2.5. So we round it off there only to reconvene in the evening when the conversation, as you know, never stops. We'll have to make sure we keep on pushing them until we push through to them. So that has been the session. Thank you, gentlemen. So I'll leave it there. Carry the conversation on within the comment section. But here, I say peace. Thank you, guys.
Bye.